Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome everyone. Welcome. I want to specially welcome you to Monday Morning Matters. Okay? I want to welcome you to Monday Morning. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Founder and CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Okay, this is the third series of dealing with attendance infrequency, and we've been on for over 4 years. If you go to our Facebook and YouTube page, you're going to see quite a lot of content. Thank you for hooking up with us. Thank you for joining us on these Facebook Live and YouTube channel of this broadcast. The last 2 Mondays, we've been talking on dealing with attendance infrequency, part 1 and part 2. If you have missed that series, if you have missed that episode, please, I would like you to go to that page and get those videos. Just watch them. They are very, very helpful because they build up from part 1 to part 2, and today is part 3. We are so glad that you are part of this live broadcast show. As always, I said, my name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, trainings, revitalization, and strategic blueprint. So that's what Magnicraft is all about, to engage churches to become healthier. And we use some of these tools to advance and to improve their health. Okay, our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates sustainable, actionable, adaptable solutions. I want to be sure that my audio and visuals are very loud and clear. So that's our vision, is to lead a church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, and adaptable solutions. Sustainable, actionable, and adaptable solutions. And so that's what our vision is. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the US. I'm your host to the weekly Facebook Live broadcast show every Mondays, 7 a.m. Nigerian time. I'm also known as the church health guardian of the 21st century. Now, a big thank you to everyone who has been commenting and reaching out to us and to say how timely our broadcast content is to them, and liking, sharing our content. Oh, I'm so grateful. We do not take it lightly. I know you are trying to help our video to tell us that our content is okay, and so and also to make sure that the artificial intelligence of the social media handles are actually going to work in our favor. And so we're going to go straight into the juice, but before then, let us do a little bit of promo. There is a promo from Dr. Tom Rayner. Dr. Tom Rayner is a fantastic church consultant. He's a pioneer in the church consulting world, and he has given massive discounts to Nigerian pastors. Or you're a pastor in Africa, you want to become a certified church consultant to help your own church. I've seen one of the students say, two of the students say that what I've learned in Church Consultation University is going to help me to plant a healthy church. It's going to help me, it's going to make it easy for me to plant a church. And so you want to become a church consultant to help your church to plant a church or to help other churches revitalize. Reach out to me. I'm going to give you information on how you can be equipped, you can be well trained to become a church consultant. I've written a book, fantastic book, Church Retention Pathway to Growth. It was forwarded by Dr. Rayner. Please get that book. It's going to change your life. Pastors are getting it. Leaders are getting it. Make sure you get that book. It's going to help your church greatly. And so back to the Jews dealing with attendance frequency. I don't want to go back and forth to what have been shared, but you see, one of the things that is so key is you have to use Excel spreadsheet to be able to track and explain out your infrequency that is going on in your church. Okay, explain out the infrequency that is going on in church, so that the average attendance that you have will not be dwindling. I'm going to just share my desktop with you to let you know what's going on. Okay, what's going on in the church, in your church, a kind of scenario explanation. And we're going to see what do you do with infrequency of attendance. Okay, there's a lot that can be done. Like when I was administrating my church, this transforming church, we use clocking device. We use paper at some point for people to sign in, and then later on we set up a tracking system where you use the clocking device to know those who are coming to church and the frequency at which they come to church. And this clocking device was very helpful to us and the assimilation pastor, Pastor John G, at that time, to help close the back door. You see, your back door can be reduced so that, yes, people are going to leave the church, but it's going to be minimal. Okay, it helped the church to close the back door effectively. You must have a tracking system. The Bible says in Luke chapter 15, verse 1 to 7, the parable of the lost sheep was there. And you see, to count sheep is very difficult. To count a sheep of that nature is not as easy as you think. And so you need to have a well-proven system to be able to know when one of the sheep has strayed into the wilderness. So the issue of counting must be very important. The issue of tracking must be very important. And the issue of knowing the state of your flock is also very, very, very important. Okay? And so one of the best ways to increase attendance frequency is this clocking device, making sure you know those who are attending and those who are not attending. So I'm going to show my desktop, my just to explain to us what this is all about. Okay, now we have a 1,000 size church, and you see all the infrequencies are here. Okay, what it means is that you have 40% of the 1,000 people who are coming 4 Sundays in a month. If we have 4 Sundays typically in a month, I know some few months in the year is 5 Sundays in a month, and you have another 40% who come 3 Sundays in a month, another 10% come 2 Sundays in a month, another 10% comes 1 Sunday in a month. You can see the thing is, the attendance has dropped, average attendance has dropped from 1,000 to to 75. Okay, 1,000 to 75, and that's 75% of your strength, your congregational strength, coming to the church. Now you can see where we have this frequency: 10% come 4 Sundays, 15% come 3 Sundays, 35% come 2 Sundays, 40% comes 1 Sunday, and you can see that the frequency of attendance has dropped from 1,000 to 488. That's below 50%. You can see that because we had a worse infrequency of attendance, the average attendance for that particular month has dropped by less than 50%. Now let's go into more worse scenario of infrequency. You have 10% who don't show up at all. We have, and that's possible when you know that some people did not show up in a certain month, and then you have 15% coming 3 Sundays in a month, another 35% come 2 Sundays in a month, and 40% come 1 Sunday in a month. You can see that the average attendance has dropped from 1,000, which should be the potential, to 388 because of the worst infrequency of attendance, which is 39% of your congregational strength. Now let's go into another scenario right now, which we have 10% who come 4 Sundays in a month, and then 15% don't show up at all, 35% come 2 Sundays in a month, 40% come 1 Sunday in a month. You can see that the average attendance has reduced from 1,000 to 375. So this is what we want. We want all of them to come all the 4 Sundays in a month for us to have an average attendance of 1,000 out of the congregational strength that we have. Now, what I'm saying is that this infrequency is not also the same whether it's a large-sized church, it's a mid-sized church, it's a small-sized church. So this is done for a 1,000 size church, which we just finished explaining. It's the same. See, if you have the same infrequency of scenarios for 800, it's the same percentages of dropping. So these are dropped from 800 to 620 with the infrequency scenario, and this has dropped from 800 to 390 with this scenario, and this has dropped from 800 to 310 with this scenario, 800 to 300 with this scenario. Okay, and then this also has dropped from 1,000 to this. Then I did that for 500, is the same thing, and 250 is the same thing, and I can tell you if you do for 100, it's also going to be the same thing. Let's go back to on the screen. My mouse is just misbehaving. Okay, I'm back online. So you can see that if you have people showing up frequently, then you have a potential of growing your church. You have that potential of growing your church. So for me, I will say quickly that what are the things you need to do to deal with the infrequency of attendance? I've said one, to set up a tracking system to know those who are showing up and those who are not showing up, and to know how they are showing up over time. And then one of the best ways is to ensure that you to increase your attendance frequency is through LD small groups. So as your church is growing bigger, it's good to make sure that you are also growing in the healthy groups that is present in your church. Tom Renner used to say you are 5 times more likely to assimilate people with a stickiness in your church if they are involved in a small group. People who feel a sense of belonging to a small group are more likely to attend church more frequently than those who don't feel that sense of belonging to a small group and they don't actually worship at all. Small groups not only foster a sense of belonging, but they are also groups to set up accountability system. So no matter how large your church is, whether it's 2,000, 200, 5,000, you can put them in a cluster of 12 or 15 or 10, as the case may be, and then there should be a system of accountability of those who are showing up in different meetings, whether it's Bible study, whether it's small group, or whether it is a Sunday worship service. So let me drop quickly before in the next 5, 6, 7 minutes. Let me drop quickly some suggestions on how you can deal with the attendance frequency. So one thing is, as a church, continue to improve in your church people skills. People skills is a very complex area, and it's another discussion entirely. What I mean, people skills in terms of emotional intelligence, in terms of social intelligence, relational intelligence, cultural intelligence, generational intelligence, positive intelligence. Those are the things that will help your church become stickier. Because if you are not, the stickiness is a determinant factor of how much your size can be. If the magnet or the stickiness of your church is for 200, that's what you're going to maintain. If you are going to improve your stickiness to 5,000, of course you're going to get to that range. So improve continuously your people skills. How are your ushers treating people? How are your greeters treating people? How are your pastors treating guests, converts? How are they relating? How do they relate well? Do they socialize well? Do they treat people well? And things like that. So that also will help people to look forward to coming to church, because people want to be part of a group of people that can make them better. People want to be a part of a group of people that can make them happier. People also want to be a part of a group of people who want to make them feel like a healthy human being. 2, ensure effective and prompt follow-up process of those who don't show up regularly to church. I told you, develop a 5 kind of list. Those who don't show up at all, that's 0 out of 4. Another list is those who come one Sunday in the 4 Sundays of the month, and those who come 2 Sundays, those who come 3 Sundays, those who come 4 Sundays and 5 together. And then tell yourself, how are you going to follow up all those 5 groups or 5 lists that you have? And then you begin to improve. Okay, what works for A might not work for B. What works for group A might not work for group B. And then they're also different in each group. What works for a person might not work for another person, and that's why you have to be dynamic in how to deal with people. Also have a minimum goal to make sure that everyone who is in all the groups of frequencies, except the one who is 4 over 4 or 5 over 5, and see how you can encourage everyone to attend one Sunday more, just to improve your average attendance. Okay, what I'm saying is, for those who do not attend in a month, how can you ensure in the subsequent month they are attending one Sunday more? Then those who are having 1 Sunday, 2 Sundays, those who are 3 Sundays, how can they attend 3 Sundays? Just to attend 1 Sunday more, to make sure that there's some form of improvement in what is going on in your church. Then number 3, ensure church members are really established, grounded in your church. Okay, there's a family communal connection, ownership, participation, engagement. Okay, because if somebody is engaging, discussion is not done, and then somebody wants to look for someone to onboarding, to talk to engage, and to do some businesses together, they want to come back. Find ways to what? Ensure that all your congregation are established. They are grounded in your church. As they take ownership, they are participating in your ministry. They are engaging with their gifts, in their skills, their talent, their commitment. That is fulfilling. Once it's fulfilling, people want to come to church. Once it's not fulfilling, there's always that potential of someone hitting the back door. Okay, 4, achieve mutual agreement on expectation. What's the church expectation from the forecast, from the congregation, from the member? What's also the member's expectation from the church? You see, this is something that periodically you should update. Don't assume, don't expect and not communicate to whether to the church or to the volunteer or to the worker, the staff or the leader. Always achieve a mutual understanding of agreement when it comes to expectation between the church and the volunteer or the staff or the leader or the member of the church. Then reward what you want repeated in your church. Reward what you want repeated in your church. What you celebrate will always appreciate. What you celebrate will always appreciate. And what you celebrate, you will see more of it. Okay, so when you see a trait, When you see something that is good, it's part of your core values, you applaud it, you celebrate it, you reward it. And once you do more of that celebration, everybody coming to the church knows that this is what this church celebrates, and I'm going to begin to do it. This is what is acceptable here. I'll begin to exhibit that trait. Okay? What you appreciate, what you celebrate, would appreciate. You're going to see more of that. I'm going to say the last one right now. Make your service very rich in spiritual quality and highest of value. Make your worship service so rich in spiritual quality and value. Okay, your Bible studies, your worship service, your prayer meetings, make sure that there's a lot of value. People are watching you online. They are spending their data, they are spending their time, they are spending their money to watch you, or they are using their money to transport themselves. They are buying fuel, they're taking out time, scale of preference to come to church. They must be able to say it was worth it, foregoing all other things, to be part of the worship service, to engage you in the worship service, and then be consistently providing being rich in spiritual quality and value. Be consistent. Not that today in Sunday, first Sunday of the month, maybe because it's Thanksgiving or it's special, there's so much of spiritual quality and value, and subsequent month there's a drop in the spiritual quality and value. There must be a system to make sure that there's consistency throughout all the 52 Sundays in the year. Create a longing and an habitual feeling for something that we know that they're going to meet when, in terms of spiritual quality and value, when they come to church. Every member should look up to that spiritual quality and value of the worship service or whatever meeting you have. One of the things I did, I'm going to wrap up today's in Transforming Church, is that we did what we call service KPIs. So somebody coming to do opening prayer, he has some form of KPIs. What is expected of someone doing opening prayer or welcome or reading the Bible or doing praise and worship or doing special ministration or word ministration or announcement, whatever the activity on the stage for all the things you're going to do. Make sure you have a service KPIs and then a service checklist. What are all the things you need to do to make sure that, yes, all the things to be done is helping our church worship service to be successful and impactful. So, and then we also created a monitoring and evaluation team to see that all these KPIs that we have for different activities on the stage, they actually followed with quite some form of quantitative input to score and to let the person know that they actually are in line with the KPIs that have been set for that activity. So consider doing that, doing a KPI for every service activity. Monitor, evaluate, because something you don't monitor and evaluate, you don't know how you're going to eventually improve on that activity. I need to drop the curtain today. Next Monday, we're going to wrap it up with this. But I'm sure you've gotten something this morning. Monday Morning Matters. Please feel free to share this. You have any church-related questions for me, let us have them. Please don't, let's talk on all the social media handles. You have any church-related questions, you have any inquiries for me, please let us have them. You're going to share or get more than an answer from me. You're going to get more than an answer, a helpful answer for that matter. Don't die in silence. Don't die in frustration. Don't die in distress. Okay, please let us talk. Let us talk and let's see how we can help you move your church forward. Please, this video has been helpful to you. Please do share us out to your community. Drop me a comment. You've learned from me. I will also want to learn from you. Drop me a comment in the comment section and let's see how we can interact and become better. Please go on all our social media handles, and please on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Please like our post, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let's see how we can help your church move on for where it is. My number is on the screen. We do consultation, we do revitalization, we do trainings, and we do strategic planning. Those are the tools at which we use to get every church healthier, because we believe that when you are healthier, there's maximum things you can do as a church. So reach out to us on the number of, let's see how we can help your church move from where it is right now to where it should be, so we can provide you with excellent church consulting for health, vitality, and result. Okay, till I come your way next week Monday with the final part of this episode on dealing with attendance infrequency. I say bye bye. I love what you're doing, pastors, and God bless you. Thank you so much.